how's it going? I wanted to come on and do a video because I have not done one in a couple weeks, probably. I did a Reiki-ish type video, but I have not done like sit at my desk, do a reading. I have some backstories about what's been going on that kind of, I think, is part of the message. But if you aren't interested, that's okay. I don't understand. You can click off. But I have taken the time for myself. I really felt like things are like a little bit just going through a lot of integrating. And my dog had surgery. He's doing okay. The tree got cut down in front of my house, and I was pretty upset about that for a while. So anyways, that's like for my little tree hugger heart. That was a great offense. It's like the lower energies are like, she's doing great and solid. We can hardly shake her, so we got to cut the tree down, and that's one way we can get to her. But anyways, I joke with that about that with my friends because it really feels that way sometimes when there are things that get under our skin or can shake us. But anyhow, I had a nice ceremony with the tree the night before it happened, and it was very, lots of tears were shed, and I actually was just doing a meditation today and really felt like I was able to like grieve that fully and integrate that power and beauty of that whole upsetting experience, but in a way that like really I think was helping that spirit to felt like it could live on and be seen and honored through me too. So that's what we have to do sometimes, is just accept. And I had been kind of in a thing with my landlord over it since like last year, and was able to just sway them from doing it for a whole year. And I thought that meant they were going to leave my beloved tree alone, but nope. Anyways, I commune with her. She was really a great protector in my house, and so obviously it affected me. So anyhow, but I was in bed late last night, and I was feel called to come do a reading, and I was like too tired. I was like, no, not doing it. Not tonight. Last night I was tired. I knew I had to get up early. Because I had a call with a friend that I was really excited about, so I didn't want to miss that. But tomorrow I do not, so I'm here and excited to hear the messages that are ready to come through for the collective, for the highest good of all, and harm to none, from only those of love and light, and the enlightened darkness, who wish us nothing but ease and grace, and come from benevolence and star gathering, stars align, remembering home, soul family, right? That's what we're ready for. That's what we're here for. So, the matter at hand. And now we're going to do, excuse me, I'm going to grab one thing. Okay. And now we'll do the, the heart of the matter was star gathering. Now we're going to do the challenge or obstacle that we're confronted with in this remembering home, soul family, stars align. All right. Interesting. There's like voices outside that sound like they're having an argument or something. Never happens at this time of night. The central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. So this could be this is very like raw. Obviously the beetles, like good fortune, or the scarab. Abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. Ooh, I'm getting major chills. This is a powerful ass card, and I can't speak to what everyone else has directly been experiencing individually because this is a collective reading, but this has been on the forefront for a lot of the collective of like, we're waiting for the sun energy. We know it's coming. We know it's there. but there's been delays. So it delays to these abundance downloads potentially, or regeneration and success. So yeah, I'm seeing lots of like, it's like an intricate golden building underneath that almost looks like it's like a maze building happening beneath here. So it's like there's been some kind of maze that to get to this abundance and this sun energy. So let's get some more clarity on that, because I want to know more. Divine connection, holy experiences, and miraculous energy. So the dove with looks like some Hebrew on his written on his chest. So crown chakra upgrade has been part of that delay. Yeah. I mean, that's part of it, right? It's like maybe we feel like we don't have the downloads to move forward with the plan. Things aren't solid enough. Okay, and let's look at the past influences. Whoa, that one flew right out. Higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love. Your heart is healed. Yeah. So the past wounds have been something that we're clearing, and it's, chills. It's taking time. It's been something that it's been divine timing, because I'm noticing there's like a triangle facing upward below this portal. So it's like there's air energy. So it's like lots of things in the mind. And that's been part of clearing the way. You see there's like a clear path here to this portal, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's been an easy road to get there. So yeah, past influences are our heart, broken heart, our protection because of maybe feeling betrayal, wounds, our own traumas, which are usually like betrayal wounds, are able to affect us because of our own unresolved healing within, right? Like that's how we're able to be in these karmic relationships that shake us so much to the core. Trust me, I know that well. So yep. And then probable outcome. Okay, I got a new deck that I've been using personally. This is a Gateway of Light Activation by Kyle Gray. I'm a big fan. I'm loving the energy so far. I did a reading when my cousin Max was in town visiting from France for him, and I love how it's like the most spiritual, like galactic deck. I was just like, yeah, let me do a reading for you and tell you. And then he said it fits, but I like how it's like, sometimes with some of us that are like healing the witch wound stuff and have been working on that, and then we're like coming out to our family and like throat chakra. Yeah, it's been something to work through. But I'm just so me now that I don't really care. So I'm just like, whoever wants my energy in a way that's respectful, who wants help, I will offer the guidance. But I'm not gonna like, push it down people's throats or hide myself anymore for that which I love, which is my passion. It's me. It's my like work now. So anyhow, just I know these things. I'm being like encouraged to share them because someone else must be going through something similar. So I see you if you're feeling that, going through like that, fitting the pieces of the new you in with the old you. I think that's a big part about this too. Ooh, there goes my throat again. Yeah, so that feels like a confirmation. I'm getting chills that that's a big part about like dropping the shields and the divine love and this higher heart activation that we've been having to really take our time to get through, because it's a whole grieving process of the old version of us. It's a whole discomfort sometimes or just unfamiliarity of bringing in the new us, and starting to live with integrity from that, aligned, authentic version of us. And that means sometimes being the uncomfortable projection that other people see you as, right? Because yeah, if people don't understand something that you're doing for work, if it's like spiritually aligned specifically or anything else, it's like it's hard for them to understand or value it. And so from a lot of people's perspectives from there, it's like a lot of judgments or a lot of like dismissing. So yeah, there's things like that. We have to get shored up in our ego to be able to live in that authenticity and be okay with like completely being solid in our own knowing without needing that external validation, let alone like the external like uh you know shutting down or external um losing the word, but like kind of undermining or yeah, anyways, you get what I'm saying. The thing. So angelic frequency is our probable outcome. Angels are here, you're a safe, potent connection. And it's like, yeah, it's almost like this star being person, which I see as like the multidimensional self, the God self. And we had to have a lot of transmutation, a lot of alchemical work on our own wounds, a lot of shadow healing, going into the underworld to make sense of all the things that we're going through, to feel the feelings, let them move through us, to de-identify with the things as our identity, all these things, all these steps, right? And then it leads to this like cosmic self with the angelic frequency, the angels being here to support us. And I'm gonna do no, I don't think we need to do an adjustment to the probable outcome. I think that's pretty obvious that probable outcome is that you're going to be connected with the higher self, and or are just realizing that, or like sinking into that, getting into that flow of like that version of you. So I don't feel there's anything I need to know there. But I do feel called to do a quick. I'm reading a book about Mary Magdalene that my friend gave me because I had read one before that I really enjoyed, and so I just felt called to do a random page opening because it's pretty powerful in the way that it's expressed. So hope it resonates for you. Trust it is. So okay, looks like this is about Yeshua like being born again and resurrecting possibly. Let's see, let me make sure I'm getting the right context because it is a little important. The human and the divine is what this chapter is called. And sorry, I'm just going to back up and see if there's a point that I could start reading it where it would make sense. Okay. Right? Okay. Okay, so as well, I'm just going to read it and then I can interpret after. So it might be a little, might have to backfill for context, but I trust that it's going to work out. It's meant. So it's page 128, so 11, and this page starts very abruptly. It's continuing from the previous page, but I want to start on the page I pulled to just to honor that. I know the context, but I'm gonna see what happens when I just read it without that. And he died, his breath going out of his body, and he hung between worlds. Look how dramatic these like texts are. The pain of his race and all of the races rose as a wave of force throwing him back, and he tottered for a moment on the brink of eternity. I sent him the vision and the essence of the design, and he caught it. He saw the plan, the hologram of the coming together of all ages and all races into unity. It was the truth of why we had come and what he would do, and the knowing of all time cried out to him to merge with the design. He saw his choices clearly, he knew his true identity, and remembered he was all souls living in all time. And finally, He knew that there is no separation, and when he merged with that knowing, he was born again. He drew a breath which racked his body and tore us under the fear and the pain of duality, and brought him home again into the being, into knowing that there is no death. And the light of his intention joined with the light of his calling. I'm going to leave it there with reading because I think you can draw your own connection with that of the story of Yeshua or Jesus and the resurrection, which I think was really has been present for a lot of us going through that ascension process of like the aspect of ourselves of having to have the old versions die and be rebirthed, and using the energies around us and alchemy with other people to like finding that internal union to then resurrect and become this multidimensional self. So I'm gonna leave that open for however you see fit, but thank you, Spirit, for giving us that. So I want to get a little more on this star gathering, stars align, remembering home, soul family. So the heart of the matter. I want to see more about that. I'm going to let's use the energy oracle. Let's see. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay. Okay. We got 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Okay. So healing for sure. But I'll read the guidebook for that one just because I want to know more. I'm seeing intuitively from the picture, yeah, the it's like high, the 5th chakra, yeah. So it's like throat, but so yeah, maybe like finding our voice. And interesting. I would think maybe it's heart, because honestly, I think Michael's supposed to be throat with the blue essence, but I can't remember the number of chakras. Let's see, it would be root, sacral, solar plexus would be 3, 4 would be heart, 5th would be throat. Okay, I don't know why it's saying throat for Gabriel, but okay, sure. And it's 39 or 12 is a number, so 3 also, and 30 the garden and the gate. Okay, so it's like almost like sitting outside the gate, this girl is in the garden and she's trying to decide if she's going to leave the garden. So it's almost like I'm getting the idea of like this comfort inside the garden. There's like a birdhouse and there's trellis and butterflies and little fruit tree and beautiful flowers, and she's picked her flowers, so it's like it's pretty comfortable here. I don't know if I really need to leave, but probably getting the sense that she has this look like she's looking out and she knows there's something more out there. So it's like her intuition's kind of calling her. And there's these butterflies, 2 white butterflies, and they're signs for transformation that butterfly goes through. And so kind of alluding to that she has some transformation to go through, that maybe she's wanting to stay on the comfort side before doing that. Okay, cool. So that does, for me, fill in a little bit about maybe the vibe of what was going on when we were feeling this remembering home, star family, or star gatherings, stars align, that maybe it's like we were all kind of just set up and knew something was going to happen, but didn't quite know how it was going to unfold yet. Some of us were feeling uncertain, or maybe not like ready to express our truths, or maybe didn't quite have the full understanding of it yet. Maybe didn't quite have the urgency to feel the need to leave that. Okay. Then I was asking for a challenge for more info, and I got envy, which is the crown chakra upgrade, the abundance downloads, that stuck feeling. So maybe we had some energies of envy that we were contending with and are contending with if we're still here, which is, there's no wrong place to be as long as you're, doing it. And everyone's doing it because we're here, so. And then we got victory also that fell on the floor. So yeah, I think this is like the energy supporting the challenge is like this victory. And so maybe that could also be a challenge of like if we're too much in our heads of victory, or like maybe we're like sabotaging our own outcome because of the trouble holding this victory. It could be like we have to do some work on our internal abundance, like our internal self-worth, to feel like we are worthy of this, right? This is like a pretty golden Venusian goddess energy with a golden crown, and she's all dusted in gold. Like that's a high frequency to hold, and a lot of us have sabotaged these kind of things in the past because we didn't quite feel like we were deserving of it, or maybe we weren't sure how to go about it, or we whatever reason, our own like blocks, right? It's like the subconscious, the alter ego stuff that or the subconscious, the things that we don't see that are very much, when they're part of our traumas that are unresolved, they like will project out into our relationships, and we kind of recreate those situations a lot of times. So yeah, and that's 10. So it's the end of a cycle. This victory, getting to this victory is the end of a cycle, which means that before we got there, it's like really tough. It's like, in the tarot, it's like the 9 of Wands, kind of vibe, where really heavy burdens. So then we got the past income, higher heart. Past situation is higher heart. Activation was a challenge. So like the heartache type stuff. Dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. So yeah, how about supporting energies for this higher heart activation? And I wanted to use a different deck. And then I'll come back to this, reading the Gabriel one for that. I want to use my Shaman's Oracle. So it's been a minute. It's my old fave. And I haven't used her in a minute. In a couple months, probably. So let's get it out. Let's do it. Okay. Do a little shuffle first. But anyways, how are you all doing? How are you weathering the cosmic craziness that was like that stellium in Aries? And I have like a stellium in Aries in particular in my chart. So it was fiery and, all the things. It wasn't bad, but it was just like, yeah, lots of moving parts. So how was it for you? How are you doing this week? How was this settling for you? Where are you at in this process? Is this resonating? I'd love to hear. And so we're looking for more info on the heart activation. That was a challenge for us, or not necessarily a challenge, but it was it was the past influence. So about this past influence, higher heart activation, closing door completion. Yeah, so we were having a tough time closing the door. I totally feel this. Like, imagery I've been getting for myself, and I know the collective recently, has been almost like, have you ever seen like Indiana Jones with a giant like boulder that's gonna fall on him, and they have it on the ride at Disneyland and stuff? That's kind of how this past versions, karmic connections have felt like for me on my hard days. It's almost like it's like there, and it's like it's not it's not like intimidating me. It's not like I know it's gonna leave eventually, but it's just like it's like this still like this attached thing to me that I'm like, God, I just want it to go away sometimes. But it's like there's obviously more to there has been more to feel and transmute and like let move through me. But if I'm feeling this, I know other people are, because a lot of us have left some heavy cycles, and so this closing door is like we're just it's almost closed, and it's like it's almost like this. I know the way it looks in this is like the magic is we're in the side of the door closing and the magic's on the other side. It's actually the opposite. It's like we're trying to close that door to get to the new beginning and it very much matches this higher heart activation energy too. That was the challenge for us. I mean, not sorry, the challenge was a past influence for us. So it's very like golden. Everything's mirrored. Oh, and on the bottom we got beloved, radical acceptance. Yeah, we have to have that the card because that. I mean, come on, it's right in the same hand next to it, and it's about matters of the heart, about completion and the higher heart activation. So all this, yep, all this is part of that, whether it's your journey or Yeshua's journey or Mary's journey or anyone's journey. It's like there is an aspect of our past self we had to release. We have to feel the grief. We have to let go. We have this higher knowing of like who we're here to be and our purpose for a lot of us who just know, and we've been kind of always like that, and it's kind of sometimes rare that we don't meet a lot of people that maybe know that, but once you know, you can't unknow, and it's like a part of you that you finally integrate, and you're like, oh yeah, it's always been there. Why have I been like pushing this part aside and for acting like it's not significant? So anyways, that's like the alchemy, the heart alchemy, which is something I'm so passionate about because so many of us go through heartaches, and that is truly so human and also like sometimes unimaginably tough, and also it's like just so ripe for being able to turn all that into something that works for you. Doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't mean that like we have to say like this happened. Sorry, I have a hair in my eye. There it is. Doesn't mean we have to say this happened and be grateful for it, for us to like for some greater good. Doesn't mean you have to like be that kind of like acceptance with it, but ultimately that is kind of where we get to after we like process the feelings. We accept and we like grieve and we let it go, and then we like accept and integrate. It's like it's a lot of accepts, but it is a lot of accepting. So yeah, and it's number 2, so it's like the starting of a new cycle, and we can have this radical acceptance. Just wrong I'm saying that word so much. Is like there's a little light flicker in this heart. It's lit on fire because of like probably started at this spark that was like some heartbreak, and then now it's like this like it's like comets coming out of it, and it's like so there's even a little dragonfly, I believe. I think it's dragonfly, yeah. And that's like another really symbolic insect for they're able to be adaptable, so they can change directions quickly, and also live part of their life in water. And so it's like, but now it's taking on the fire element, so it's almost like for a lot of us it's been with this alchemy like blending different energies of like, so the water is the emotional aspects that is very there when we have heartbreak, and then this is all fire energy with the yellow, and so it's like the sacral and solar plexus energy of our purpose and passion, right? Our creativity. And so yeah, all these energies are here helping us to complete these cycles so that we can step forward with this newly upgraded cosmic heart that is here to help us connect with these higher frequencies to ground them on earth. So, yeah, let's look at the Archangel Gabriel card because I want to know more. And, okay. Archangel Gabriel, self-expression and speaking your truth. MP card falling down. Okay. Gabriel holds his trumpet in one hand and a beautiful orb of blue light in the other. He is sending powerful energy to your throat center, acknowledging your power to communicate and your readiness to do so. This angel opens you up to truthful expression, both with yourself and others. You may have had trouble with expressing emotions and ideas in the past, but Gabriel is here to tell you that your soul longs to take this leap now. Be aware that true communication includes how you speak to yourself, so never deny your profound integral value. Speak up for yourself, write in your journal, let your words flow. Now is the time to express yourself freely and fully, and the universe always honors your choice to do so. This card could also indicate that a communication project is coming, or a time of heightened communication with spirit and telepathy with others. And that's like, you know, the heart of the matter is the star gathering, stars align, remembering home, soul, family. So yeah, I love that, you know, how much more we have to be in that authenticity and able to speak our truth and from a place of centeredness to be able to be a part of this great divine orchestration that's happening, you know, none of us really know the outcome of, but you know, we're trusting that things are being very intricately woven, just like in this little, you know, this big old dial. It's almost like there's some larger mechanism at play. And this is very like purpley, so it's like the crown chakra, third eye chakra rather. So it's like seeing that higher truth, your truth. Okay. And then kind of want to see the crown chakra upgrade card because that's the one that says we were having a challenge with. So let's do that. And the central sun abundance downloads. Let's do it. Okay. I've never done a nighttime reading, and I've like been thinking about wanting to do it, and because I am actually like more of a night owl. I'm up usually pretty late. So I'm usually just like exhausted from parenting, to be honest, and I'm like, I don't think I could possibly get myself to go like do a video, but I've had a wonderful day. I've just been like getting in the vibe and doing art. I've painted, I've made jewelry, I made this necklace, I got a facial, I like did all the great self-care things today, and I even got some things fixed, got my oil changed, and so yeah, clearly I just needed a little bit of a catch-up rest day to feel like more, and then like doing the art helped me be more motivated to be more creative. So maybe that's also a message for you if you're feeling a little like tired or drained. Like this all started because I was celebrating my birthday over the weekend, and I had an art night with my friend, and I was just like really excited because I've been wanting to do this for a while, and my friend and I, like, it kind of just came up synchronistically, and she was like, oh my gosh, yes, I've had this painting I wanted to work on. And so we did it, and it only ended up being the two of us because like our other mom friends had childcare issues, so they couldn't come, even though one of them almost brought their baby, but she didn't feel comfortable or whatever. But anyways, at the end of the day, it was probably for the best, because my dog had just had his surgery, so I was like a little trying to keep him mellow. But it was so nice. And oh yeah, I wanted to share this because I thought about it before I got on, just to normalize, like, I had a long week of like parenting, and I was like pretty brain dead by the end of the week, and I was like really struggling, but I knew I still really wanted to do this thing with my friend, and I was like, oh, my dog just had surgery. I don't know if I should even be having people over, but I was just trusting of like it's gonna work out. And I even like had to have like a little like debrief with my sister because she came to stay the night with me on Saturday, and my daughter, and we had a sleepover. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling kind of worried about this, and am I, being an irresponsible pet parent by having Marlo, by having a friend, friends come over for an art thing, and I kind of already knew the answer, but it's just helpful to hear that, reflected back sometimes from someone you care about. And so, anyways, I went forward with the friends thing, and it was just lovely, but I was totally like scattered. I had a little too much caffeine, and I was like already exhausted. So, I like jumped from like project to project. So I did like some yarn. I did I forget what it's called, but it's like punching with yarn. Where you make like a shag rug looking picture. I started that. I did a moon, and then I fixed like 2 pieces of jewelry, and then I painted too. So I was a little bit all over the place, but that's very evidence of like where my mind was by the end of the week and the long week. But it helped ease me and decompress, and kind of it was like a really good buffer um, from like my exhausting week. And then it kind of like set the tone from the start of my week too, where I was like, today I just rolled right into doing some creative things and some yoga. And so, anyways, it's not always easy to do it, but it was really helpful to have that dedicated time with my friend to like just get these projects started, even though I was like doing a bunch of projects and didn't necessarily finish most of them, but I did finish my jewelry stuff, which is cool. Um, so yeah, anyways, the central sun. I'm gonna pull my card out, but this is maybe an encouragement for you if you're feeling like a little exhausted from just more wear and tear from the week, or just mentally exhausted. Like, um, just maybe to give yourself the opportunity to see what happens when you create like creative spaces to let yourself work through some of that exhaustion. I think it's yeah, what a gift. Okay, especially when it's with a friend. I was like texting my friend after, just saying how thankful I am that I can be my like messy self, where I'm like, all over the place, and worried about my dog, and exhausted from this, and sad about my tree out front, and like embarrassed about how my house looks in the front right now, and like all these like all these parts that are like emotions and things that get respond to like the stimulus in our environment. But it's like the more you start to do the work, the more you can just kind of hold them all and be like, okay, this part of me, come on in here, you're here too, you're welcome to. And so it's like, anyways, as I'm doing this work and like connecting with friends that are just so like soul aligned, where I'm like, I just don't have to have any masks on around them. Like I can just really be my, full honest self, and even be like a little like, weird because I'm not feeling fully my like, my batteries are fully charged, and like, but anyways, I'm very thankful to have my friend Rachel that can be that friend for me. So love you, girl, if you're watching this. But anyways, um, everyone deserves a good friend like that. And so the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. Our sun is the center of our solar system, solar being the key word. All planets orbit it. We use this journey to measure time, space, and even our birthday. The sun helps us connect with our journey and see how far we've come. It's just far enough away to create the perfect conditions for Earth to become abundant with life. In ancient Greece, the sun was known as Helios. In ancient Egypt, it was Ra. Worldwide, the ancients knew the importance of the sun. The earliest skygazers worshipped it because daily it would disappear over the horizon, leaving the darkness and mystery of night. It was clear that it had governance over life and light, so we learned early on that the sun was needed for us to survive and thrive. The sun is therefore a vital, energetic vortex in the physical realm, but on a spiritual level, it's a portal of divine light that we connect with through the inner universe. It's a spiritual gateway representing the center of the multiverse, a sacred geometry portal that irradiates the infinite inspirational light. Irradiates. Okay, I didn't know that word is spelled that way. Interesting. So to connect, visualize yourself diving within until you find yourself arriving at the sun in the center of the galaxy of your being. Invite it to encode your frequency with regeneration energy. Oh, I love that. So your message: the great central sun is shining brightly in your life and tied upon your world, or your life and upon your world. Tied, interesting. Um, this is a time to, maybe it's like we felt tied up. This is why this was our challenge, or our obstacle. The great central sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your world. It's a time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energy are being washed away. Old skins have been peeled off to reveal a sacred and more aligned you. This is an exciting time. Central sun energy is magnetic and all powerful, opening you up to light and supporting you as you express your own light in this lifetime. New ideas, new opportunities, and experiences come easily to you at this time. Like the sun kissing the perfectly ripe soil, the seeds you have planted are being encouraged to grow. Realize that in order to go beyond your horizon, it's important for you to welcome energetic exchanges when you help others. Let yourself be helped in return. When you invest energy in projects, you let your energy be invested in yourself. Oh, you let energy be invested in yourself. Okay, so that was our challenge, was the connecting to that central sun energy. And what a challenge that is, because it's like we almost like have this knowing that it's happening, but it's like doesn't feel quite reachable yet. But you know, that was a part of the process. We had to go through that kind of unknown, and that block, and maybe some envy in like our own, could be even our own self-doubt, with the victory card being a challenge too, or obstacle, and then all these cards being the past influences, right? The heart activation, dropping our shields, and the radical acceptance and closing that door to the past. Like, we can't come into the future and hold all that energy, all that sun energy, if we're holding on to the stuff of the past. So doesn't mean you're not gonna like still have it be a part of your story, but it's like you can't be carrying the weight of that and still have enough room for the new. So it's like, yeah, it's like I've been seeing a lot of Nine of Wands in my mind's eye, and people I've been working with in the collective about, like, and even in my own, stuff, my own burdens too, of like having to finally let that stuff go and figure out how to let it go fully. It's like a surrendering, and it's scary, and there's parts of us that don't want to let go of that. And so, or maybe there have been, not for everyone, but for me, there certainly was aspects of that. So yeah, I really love all these energies. I think it's pretty clear that we've been on the path, doing the work, getting ready for this, stepping through this portal that's here for us, and this radical acceptance, fiery heart, and the star beings of your, multi-dimensional version of yourself. And the angels. So I'm gonna get some charms, because I just my cousin made this for me when he was little, and I found it, and I was like, and I found these charms, and I was like, how cute to do them in here. Okay, so I just grabbed a couple. We have a reindeer, or it could be a stag, and we have Saturn, and we have a sand dollar, so the beach. And we have a jasmine flower and a spider. So yeah, it looks like being careful of what web you're weaving, being conscious of the web you're weaving. And then yeah, jasmine might just be like one of the energies you work with alchemically. I know I've been working with it a lot. It's a beautiful flowery essence, and I got a couple more. And then we have the anchor, so being solid in our footing. And then we have the lotus, right, going through all the muddy embodiments of ourselves, all the messy, to get to the other side. And then we have two hearts, so maybe that love with union, love with ourself could always be that, love, but also the love of another, or it could be the love of our project, or our, yeah, whatever we're bringing in our dream life. So I love that. And thank you for, yeah, being here and watching this and doing the work, and yeah, just sending you lots of good intentions for your journey, and lots of care, and Um, yeah, just wishing you well, wishing you this beautiful central sun energy, aligning you with these energies, as I do understand that a lot of the readings I'm doing are bringing through alignment codes. And so sometimes just seeing the story in the process manifested, or like through the cards, or through, someone seeing these aspects of us, it's my greatest intention that that is an aid to you on understanding yourself better and building that connection with yourself better. And oh yeah, one thing I was going to say too about the central sun is a big part of our ability to have these abundance downloads and regeneration and success is about trusting and learning not only the wisdom of our feelings, like I was saying, all that process of like letting ourselves know that emotions are just energy moving through us, and we can kind of detach, feel them, but detach from them at the same time once we've felt them and learned the lesson of them, or, send gratitude to them, all the things we need to do. Um, it allows us the ability to have better interoceptive awareness in our body because we're out of the trauma cycles and, the fear, like, or survival responses. And then also to become more wise in our body and understanding what our body's communicating to us. And that's been such a big piece of my embodiment journey recently, is really trusting in the innate wisdom of our body and knowing that our body is our altar, and it is like the way that we commune with our higher self, with whether that's God, source, universe, whoever you want to or see it as, like your body is the gateway. And so the central sun, just like the card had, the activation I shared was about tapping into that all through your body. So just knowing that you have extreme power within you, and all these forces are aligning to help you remember that. So you are amazing, and I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.